Hare Krishna families, since it's only a Singh family affair right now. Hare Krishna, Isha.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Isha.
Okay, Hare Krishna at 8 o'clock, and hope Maharaj will be joining soon. Tanika Prabhu, you want to lead the kirtan for a few minutes?
Sure, Prabhuji. Shashi Prabhu, can you give me a response?
Yes.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine.
Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine.
Namaste Saraswati Devam Gauravani Pracharini Nivishesha Shunyavadi Pashatyadi Sattarini.
Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Desha Tarine.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadada Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadada Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ramo Hare Ramo 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jaya Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada Jaya Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada
Jaya Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada.
Jaya Patita Pavana Srila Prabhupada Jaya Patita Pavana Srila Prabhupada
Jaya Patita Pavana Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Patita Pavana Srila Prabhupada.
Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva
Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva.
Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Ananda Kudi Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. All glories are somebody who is Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Maharaj. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, sir. We are all set. Thank you, Maharaj. You have to unmute yourself. There you go.
Okay. Krishna, 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 hey.
Krishna, 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 hey.
Krishna, 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 Rakshamam.
Krishna, 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 Rakshamam.
Rama, Raghava, Rama, Raghava, Rama, Raghava, Rakshamam.
Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rakshamam.
Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava Parimal.
Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava Pahimam.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jai. So it's kind of, for us, it's kind of the conclusion of the day. We're kind of struggling to stay alive at this point. And so we're thinking what we could talk about. And the conclusion of all the Vedic literatures is the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. And to make sure we'd have that, Srila Prabhupada produced the Krishna book, before he finished anything else. See, what, because he wanted to make sure we'd have the essence of everything. And in a format for modern people. It's the first thing we got. So in the 90th chapter, Prabhupada says, the concluding portion of Krishna's pastimes is found in the 90th chapter of the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. And in this chapter, Shukadeva Goswami wanted to explain how Krishna lived happily at Dwaraka with all opulences. Krishna's opulence of strength has already been displayed in his different pastimes. And now it will be shown how his residence at Dwaraka displayed his opulence of wealth and beauty. In this material world, the opulences of wealth and beauty are considered the highest of all opulences. Yet they are only a perverted reflection. Perverted reflection of these opulences in the spiritual world. Therefore, while Krishna stayed on this planet as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, his opulence of wealth and beauty had no comparison within the three worlds. Krishna enjoyed 16,000 beautiful wives, and it is most significant that he lived at Dwarka as the only husband of these thousands of beautiful women. This is specifically stated that he was the only husband of 16,000 wives. It is not, of course, not unheard of in the history of the world that a powerful king would keep many hundreds of queens. But although such a king might be the only husband of so many wives, he could not enjoy all of them at the one time. Krishna, however, enjoyed all of his 16,000 wives simultaneously. Okay, yeah. And so then Prabhupada goes into great detail about Krishna's, I guess Sukadeva Goswami detail about the different pastimes of the queens. And then there's a section of the prayers of the queens while Krishna is sleeping, which is very, very famous, very, very nice. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And he's talking about how even though these appear to be ordinary activities of, dealing with palaces and opulences and parties and festivals and dresses and games and all of these things with friends, that just by participating in these things, these young girls were able to go to the spiritual world. Then he said, then Srila Sukadeva Goswami has therefore advised Maharaj Pariksit in the beginning of the second canto that every conditioned soul should engage himself in hearing and chanting the transcendental pastimes of the Lord. Srila Sukadeva Goswami also informed King Pariksit that previously many other kings and emperors went to the jungle to prosecute severe austerities and penances in order to go back home, back to Godhead. In India, it's still a practice that many advanced transcendentalists give up their family lives and go to Vrindavan to live there alone and completely engage in hearing and chanting the holy pastimes of the Lord. This system is recommended in Srimad Bhagavatam, and the six Goswamis of Vrindavan followed it. But at the present moment, many karmis and pseudo-devotees have overcrowded the holy place of Vrindavan just to imitate the process recommended by Sukadeva Goswami. It is said that many kings and emperors formerly went to the forest for this purpose. But Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati does not recommend that one take up this solitary life in Vrindavan prematurely. One who prematurely goes to Vrindavan to live in pursuance of the instructions of Sukadeva Goswami again falls victim to Maya, even while residing in Vrindavan. To check such unauthorized residence in Vrindavan, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati has sung a nice song in this connection, the purport of which is as follows. My dear mind, why are you so proud of being a Vaishnava? Your solitary chanting of the holy name of the Lord is based on a desire for cheap popularity, and therefore your chanting is only a pretension. Such an ambition for cheap reputation may be compared to the stool of a hog, because this popularity is another extension of the influence of Maya. One may go to Vrindavan for cheap popularity, and instead of being absorbed in Krishna consciousness, one may also think of money and woman, which are simply temporary sources of happiness. It's better that one engage whatever money and woman he women he may have in his possession in the service of the Lord, because sense enjoyment is not for the conditioned soul. Of course, we're thinking, of course, people like Bhaktivinoda Thakur and so many people, they went to Vrindavan, but their purpose wasn't to become famous. Their purpose was to become purified at heart. And then from that to get the power to manifest Krishna's service, even in the external world like that, as Krishna desired. The master of the senses is Hrishikesha, Lord Krishna. Therefore, the senses should always be engaged in his service. As for material reputation, there are many demons like Ravana who wanted to go against the laws of material nature, but they all failed. One should therefore not take to this demoniac activity of claiming to be a Vaishnava just for false prestige, without performing service to the Lord. But when one engages oneself in devotional service of the Lord, automatically the Vaishnava reputation comes to him. There is no need to be envious of the devotees who are engaged in preaching the glories of the Lord. We have practical experience of being advised by so many Babajis in Vrindavan that there is no need to preach, and it is better to live in Vrindavan in a solitary place and chant the holy name. Such Babajis do not know that if one is engaged in preaching or in glorifying the Supreme Personality of a Godhead, the good reputation of a preacher automatically follows him, follows one. One should not, therefore, prematurely give up the honest life of a householder to lead a life of debauchery in Vrindavan. Srila Sukadeva Goswami's recommendation to leave home and go to the forest in search of Krishna is not for immature persons. Maharaj Pariksit was mature. Even in his householder life, or from the very beginning of his life, he worshipped Lord Krishna's Murti. In his childhood, he worshipped the deity of Lord Krishna, and later, although he was a householder, he was always detached. And therefore, when he got notice of his death, he immediately gave up all connection and with household life, and sat down on the bank of the Ganges to hear Srimad Bhagavatam in the association of devotees. And I think there's one more nice citation here. Oh, here it is. Yeah. In the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Vyasadeva offered his respectful obeisance to the supreme truth, Vasudeva Krishna. After that, he taught his son Sukadeva Goswami to preach Srimad Bhagavatam. It is in this connection that Sukadeva Goswami glorifies the Lord with the word Ajayati, following the footsteps of Srila Vyasadeva, Sukadeva Goswami, and all the acharyas in disciplic succession. The whole population of the world should glorify Lord Krishna. For their best interest, they should take to this Krishna consciousness movement. This process is easy and helpful. It is simply to chant the Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Lord Chaitanya has therefore recommended that one be callous to the material ups and downs. Material life is temporary, so the ups and downs of life may come and go. When they come, one should be as tolerant as a tree and as humble and meek as a straw on the street. But certainly we must engage himself in Krishna consciousness by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the super soul of all living entities, out of his causeless mercy, comes down and manifests his different transcendental pastimes in different incarnations. Hearing the attractive pastimes of Lord Krishna, different incarnations, is a chance for liberation for the conditioned souls. And the most fascinating and pleasing activities of Lord Krishna himself are still more attractive because Krishna personally is all attractive. Following in the holy footsteps of Srila Sukadeva Goswami, we have tried to present this book, Krishna, for being read and heard by the conditioned souls of this age. By hearing the pastimes of Lord Krishna, one is sure and certain to get salvation and be transferred back home, back to Godhead. It is stated by Sukadeva Goswami that as we hear the transcendental pastimes of the Lord, we gradually cut the knots of material contamination. Okay, following the four principles strictly. Therefore, regardless of what one is, if one wants the association of Lord Krishna in the transcendental kingdom of God for eternity in blissful existence, one must hear about the pastimes of Lord Krishna and chant the Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. The transcendental pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna are so powerful that simply by hearing and reading and memorizing this book, Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam, Krishna, one is sure to be transferred to the spiritual world, which is ordinarily very difficult to achieve. So that means that one can actually serve Krishna completely, directly, and not through so many, material media. Yeah? But if we're actually transferred to the spiritual world, then we can serve Krishna directly. The description of the pastimes of Lord Krishna is so attractive that it automatically gives us an impetus to study repeatedly. And the more we study the pastimes of the Lord, the more we become attached to him. This very attachment to Krishna makes one eligible to be transferred to his abode, Goloka Vrindavan. As we have learned from the previous chapter, to cross over the material world is to cross over the stringent laws of material nature. The stringent laws of material nature cannot check the progress of one who is attracted to the spiritual nature. It is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita by himself, although the stringent laws of material nature are very difficult to overcome, one who surrenders unto me can very easily cross over nescience. Mameva me papajante, mayameva tarantite. Mama maya. There is no influence in the material world and the spiritual world. As we have learned from the second canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, the ruling power of the demigods and the influence of material nature are as conspicuous by their absence. Okay. And then we have one last thing here, because this is the possibility. Then we have the Krishna book, and Prabhupada says if we engage full time in reading the Krishna book, then he says, so we will supply the prasad. You can stay in our ashram. We will supply prasad if you can engage all the time in hearing these books and so on about Krishna. So many wonderful stories. He said, but you can't do it. So therefore, do whatever you can do nicely, not dog hard. So Prabhupada is recommending karma yoga. But as we become purified, then we discover more and more that while we're doing these things, while we're planting seeds and harvesting things and cooking for the deities, and preparing our cottages, all the time we want to be hearing about the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and about Krishna. Of course, the basic mantra is the Maha Mantra. And chanting Hare Krishna allows us to understand the the Krishna book. So we got it here. Yeah, we put together the mercy of Krishna and Prabhupada this little song sheet from Gitavali by Bhakti Vinod Thakur, and we were studying some of these on Gorpurnima in Radha and Marari farm, but we can go on more. Okay, so let's all chant the first verse together. Jaya Jaya Hari Nama Chid Anand Amrita Dama Hara Tattva Akshara Akar, Nija Jane Kripa Kori, Namarupe Avatare, Jive Doya Karile Apar. This should give us impetus to chant the holy names. Jaya Jaya Harinama, all glories to the holy name. Chid Ananda Amrita Dhamma, the abode of immortal transcendental bliss. So if you want immortal transcendental bliss, you know, which is necessary for serving Krishna, okay, then it's there in the holy names. Paratattva Akshara Akar, the supreme absolute truth, Paratattva, Akshara Akar, who possesses an eternal form, Akshara, indestructible, Akar, form, has descended in the form of the holy name, you know, Name Rupe Avatare. He shows mercy to his devotees, Nija Jane, his own people, Kripa Kori, he makes mercy, and shows boundless compassion, you know, and kindness to all fallen souls. You know. So once we become liberated, then we can become part of his team. You know, everybody wants us to join. Yeah, there's so much work to do. Yeah, Krishna is so greedy. And all the devotees are simply asking everybody, what is their quality? What is their ability? And when we discover we have a special ability, you know, somebody is a shoemaker. So again, we could chant the first verse again. Jaya Jaya Harinama Chidananda Narita Dhamma Arutotvo Akshara Akar Nija Jane Kripa Kori Namarupeya Taring Jive Doya Korile Apar. Okay, let's chant the second verse. Jaya Hare Krishna Rama Jagajana Suvishrama Sarvajana Manasaranjan Muni Vrinda Nirantar Jaina Mera Samadar Korigai Boria Vadan Jaya 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 Harai Krishna Rama Jagajana Shu Vishrama Sarvajana Manasaranjan. All glories to the Supreme Personality of God, who is called by different names such as Hari, Krishna, and Rama. Jaga Jana Su Vishrama. Vishram, resting place. Su, very nice. Jaga Jana, all the people in the world. He is the auspicious resting place of all living entities within the universe. So many people, so many necessities, so many things. How can we take care of all of them? Just engage everybody in chanting Hare, Krishna, and Rama, and they will all find an auspicious resting place in those holy names. Holy names organize all the resources that we need for our senses, our mind, our intelligence, our perspective, our social relationships, you know, and our deep-seated desires. So it's very, very auspicious. Jaga Jana Suvishrama. Sarvajana Manasaranjan. And he delights the minds of all great souls. Sarvajana Manasaranjan. Muni Vrinda Nirantar Jainamera Samadar. Great sages honoring his holy name, Jainamera Samadar, constantly sing that holy name, filling their mouths with the sound. Ki Gai Boria Badhan. So we'll find this. There's no no argument about people claiming my religion is correct. You must join my institution. You must respect me. You must follow this ritual. You know, the real, uh, the real Munis, the real great sages, all over the place, every single condition, you know, fill their mouths with the chanting of the holy names. Let's chant it again. Jaya Hari Krishna Rama Jagajana Suvishrama Sarva Jana Mona Saranjan Muni Brinda Nirantar Jaina Mera Samadar Ki Gai Moria Vadan. Number 3. Oh, hey Krishna, namaskar. Tumi sarva shakti dar. Jivera kalyana vitarane. Toma bina bhava sindhu. Udarite nahi bandhu. Asiyacho jiva udare. Toma bina bhava sindhu. Udate nahi bandhu. Asiyache jiva udarane. O eternal name of Krishna. O hey Krishna, namaskar. You possess all power. Tumasharva Shaktidar. And bestow auspiciousness upon the living beings. Jivayera Kalyana Vitarane. Without you, there is no other friend to deliver us from the ocean of material existence. Toma Bhina Bhava Sindhu Udaharite Nahi Bandhu. You have come for the deliverance of all fallen souls. Ashiyacho Jiva Udarane. Ashiyachi Jiva Udarane. Oh hey Krishna Namaskar. Tuvi Sarva Shakti Dar. Jivera Kalyana Vitarane. Toma Bina Baba Sindhu. Udarita Nahi Bandhu. Ashiyacho Jiva Udarane. Yeah. So ourselves, so many times we're feeling, my God, I caught up with this problem and that problem and this problem and that problem, and they keep reoccurring. Yeah. And they may not be very big, but boy, they're big enough for me. I have to go to work. I have to deal with these people. I have to, deal with my senses. I cannot pacify them, and they act in a way that is bad for their own self-interest even. But Krishna can deliver us from all those, you know. And that's just the beginning. Let's see if it talks about more here. Okay, my voice is collapsing, so today we'll just read the translation. For all souls within this world, there is much misery and sorrow. O Harinam, if someone calls upon you just one time, feeling himself very meek and low, possessing nothing and seeing no other remedy for his relief, you then easily destroy all his sorrow. If one simply attains a slight reflection or glimmer of you, then all sorts of terrible miseries disappear. Thakur Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, all glories to the holy name of Lord Hari. O Harinam, I perpetually fall at your lotus feet. So it kind of only goes to liberation. It goes talking about being transferred to the eternal, okay, uh, blissful, um, fully cognizable spiritual world. But then it doesn't talk too much about actual pastimes. So for that, we can actually see Chaitanya Charitamrita. Chaitanya Charitamrita is the character of the living force in the eternal atmosphere. So then Lord Chaitanya displays so many pastimes. You know, of course, we're so engaged in this world, you know, that these pastimes, Prabhupada says, are incomprehensible. He says, at least we should understand they exist. Yeah, maybe get a little glimpse of them every now and again, but it was, we have to be completely dead. Yeah, yeah. We Somebody thinks if I don't get a cigarette, I'll die, or somebody thinks if I don't have alcohol every day, I'll die, or somebody even worse thinks, well, if I don't get cocaine every day, I'll die, or unless I get some respect or so many things. It's opposite relations with the opposite sex, public prestige. But we get free from the gross attachments, and we suddenly discover we have so many subtle attachments. Being left alone on a desert island is just, okay for a little bit, but then we become unimaginable. We have so many social requirements in our lives, which we don't realize how deep they are. And so then after that, it's describing more and more levels. I don't even realize how much attached I am. I'm thinking, oh, if I could just stop smoking, then everything will be okay. That's just the beginning. It's the tip of the iceberg. So, so it is a wonderful accomplishment. And we're also hoping that chanting the holy names will give us a glimpse every now and then of the conclusion of us actually being back in our normal position and taking whatever we've developed in terms of devotional service in this world with us, and then going on, getting back to work and discovering more and more about ourselves and our ability to participate in these pastimes that Krishna has. Yeah. So that's all what we have to offer today. Our voice is completely falling apart. Maybe this is the last class we'll give. Yeah. So any questions or comments then?
Maharaj here, they said, if you only once, with that here, that if anyone calls in for you even once with negligence, you destroy all material misery.
Uh-huh.
So it looks like my rounds are all with negligence. So there's hope.
Has anybody tried to desnude you in public?
Maharaj?
Has anybody tried to take your clothes off in public recently?
Not yet, Maharaj.
I know. That was Draupadi's situation. And she's a girl, so even more. Yeah.
But she was not calling in negligence.
No, that's the point that she was calling it. It says there, it says right, in complete surrender and helplessness, right? Yeah. If someone calls your name just one time, feeling himself very meek and lowly, possessing nothing, and seeing no other remedy for his relief, this is like Draupadi, Yeah, yeah. And so
That's number 4, Maharaj.
yeah, it's number 4. Yeah. So, but I mean, again, if when we start to lose things, give the example. There's a really terrible automobile accident, and your little granddaughter is in immediate need of help. And on one side there's an ISKCON temple, on the other side the hospital. Which direction do you go? Yeah. So one devotee says, I go to the hospital, but I look over my shoulder at the temple and chant Hare Krishna. Yeah. So if we lose things, then we have a real tendency, because lack of accumulating spiritual pious credits, to take shelter of some material resource. And you may have this experience sometimes of being put in a difficult situation and being surprised how, rather than trying to jump for the material remedies, you just chanted Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And maybe it's in your face, it's in your head, but then you begin to realize that it's taking precedence in your heart, and your whole being is there. So, yeah, if in the Draupadi situation, she just completely surrendered to Krishna, by when Krishna was trying to take things away from her, she let them go. Is that okay?
Any other comments or question from Maharaj?
Yeah. Song is so intoxicating. Once you start singing it, you can't stop.
Yeah, I think Vishwachan Prabhu went through. Did you? We did the whole Gita only one time. Is that right, Vishwachan Prabhu? He was still muted.
Sorry.
Yeah. We did all songs of Gita only one time, isn't it?
Yeah.
A couple of years ago.
So, Mara, this question, you talk about the hospital versus the temple. But I mean, if we say that everything belongs to Krishna, what's wrong with going to the hospital? Because, that was provided by Krishna as well. Right. So, I mean, there's a use for the hospital, like everything we can use for Krishna service. So what's wrong with going to the hospital?
Nothing. Yeah. As long as we see it in that perspective. Yeah. But if we see that Krishna is incompetent and not really trusting in Krishna, don't think that he can really take care of us, he's saying, no, take my hand. Let's say, okay, but let me grab this life preserver first, then I'll take your hand. Yeah. Yeah. So again, purified devotee lives in the material world quite happily, seeing everything as a replica of Vaikuntha, and seeing the purpose of everything. He's Arjuna, he was looking for material resources, right? In the beginning, in the battle. But none of them worked. And then later on, he began to see. He saw how, killing my grandfather, killing my teacher, all these things are wonderful. They're nice. It's nice. It's very good. People ask you to cut them. Please cut me. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Any other comments from Maharaj or question?
I'm trying to look at on my cell phone. I have the YouTube thing open here.
Yeah.
Because somebody was complaining that we weren't. What's the word?
It is on YouTube, Maharaj, because it will not, unless I say okay, they will not let me in.
Yeah.
They know that we are recording being broadcasted on YouTube.
2 dislikes. Well, somebody said that there's a place where you can make comments on the YouTube thing.
I don't know.
Oh, here it is. We got one thumbs up.
Okay.
And
that's me, Maharaj.
there's only one person watching. Okay.
That was me. Initially, I started there.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And I think also I'm watching too. Yeah. Also, one viewers, 42 subscribers. Also, too, we're giving to Asa Carnival. We're giving them the connection also, and that allows them to broadcast it. Let me see what's happening here. We have participants. We will finish there. We have Manjari Singh, host, NGDSDG, Abhishek, Darshana K. Desai, Krishna. Yeah. Then we have Hari Balabi Dasi, Ishwari. Oh, that's okay. There it is. Ishwari. Hello. She's Krishna Carnival. Kiran, Meena Singh's iPad. Maybe Meena Singh's also here, besides her iPad. Nirja Singh, Rani, Sanja Singh, Saroj, Shashi Prakash, Hare Krishna, Tanu Vishnu Sharandas. It's a story from a long time ago. There was one professor, and he had an opportunity to do some government consulting and make some good money. And one thing he had one class every like Thursday afternoon for 6 graduate students. And so what he would do is, okay, I'll just record it, and then my graduate students can come and they can hear my recorded class. So I was doing that for a few weeks, and then one one time he didn't have to go to the government job Thursday afternoon, so he went into the class about halfway through, and there was his recorded class playing, and there were 6 tape recorders right next to his tape recorder recording his recorded class. So we're very happy that was it somebody's was it that Meena Singh's iPad is here. We hope that Meena Singh is also here.
Oh, I'm here, Maharaj. I'm here.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just your iPad.
No, Maharaj, it's me too.
People tell me, oh, Prabhu, I have all the Bhakti Vinod Thakur songs. I have 20,000 gigabytes of Vaishnava books. I have this and that. And you ask them how much they've actually read. They say, well, yeah. So it's like an ocean. We need to chant Hare Krishna to be able to navigate through all this ocean of literature and become more and more purified so we can do more and more strong service. So anyway, I want to thank everybody very much. We're about to fully collapse here. And this East Sangha is such a nice arrangement. And also we hope we're getting more and more Haridas is coming. Haridas next Wednesday. And other people, we found a very, very nice real estate agent who lives locally, young guy who likes Oriental stuff. And we want to explain what we're trying to do. So who knows? Maybe we start having a very, very nice property here and developing a very powerful Sangha. All over the world, ISKCON is expanding on Srila Prabhupada's potency and mercy. Is chanting our rounds and following 4 principles. So thank you all very many. Hare Krishna. Now we
Thank you.
turn control over again
Thank
to
you, Maharaj.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
You want to lead us in Narsinga prayer?
Haji.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Namaste Narasimhaya Prahlad Lad Daine Hiranyakashi Bhuvakshaha Shrilatanka Nakalaye Ito Narsingo Parato Narsingo Yato Ya Mitato Narsingo Bahir Narsingo Hridaye Narsingo Narsingamadim Sharanam Prapade Tava Kar Kamalavare Nakham Adbhuta Shringar Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringam Keshavadvita Narhari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Tava Kar Kamalavare Nakham Adbhuta Shringar Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringam Keshavadvita Narhari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jaya Narsinga Dev Jaya Narsinga Dev Jaya Narsinga Dev Jaya Narsinga Dev Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Jaya Guru Devai Jaya Guru Devai Jaya Guru Devai Jaya Guru Devai Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada नरसिंह भगवान की जय श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय हरे कृष्ण
Thank you. With that, we close the program for tonight. Tomorrow we'll continue with Canto 6, chapter 16. We will continue. Let's have Vaishnava Pranam. Vancha
kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhuvaya vacha patitanam
Patitanam Pavnebhyo
Vaishnava
Vaishnavebhyo Namo
Vaishnavebhyo namo
Namaha.
namah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Maharaj.
everyone.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Maharaj. Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Tanu.